B asks, anyone have any advice on how to get over this hump with conditional reasoning? I took the LSAT back in September 2025, got a 151 with 3 months on little to moderate studying while working 40 plus hours a week. Brag. I had not done anything. No, I'm just kidding.
Not
I had not done.
actually.
No, I'm just joking around. I had not done anything LSAT until a week ago, and I received a 140. I find myself getting lost in the middle of the question, and my focus is becoming blurry. Um,
Same.
I notice this most with conditional reasoning questions. Anyone have advice? I need at least a 163 to aim for my school of choice, but I don't see that happening when I take this thing in April and June. Why not? That's totally doable. Um, Go
That's what I
ahead.
was going to say. First, let's shift the mindset. Like, you
Yeah,
think you can't, you can't. You think you can, you can. It's
we don't
crazy.
need that energy here.
Sorry,
Yeah.
wait. We don't need my energy. We don't need the
No,
bad.
we need
We don't
your
need the I think
energy.
I can't
Yeah, yeah,
energy.
yeah.
Right, exactly. And I mean, I'm
Yeah.
saying this from a place of I felt the exact same. I also was I felt very similar about conditional reasoning. It made my brain go foggy, alphabet soup vibes. I was like, what is happening? I don't know. Sufficient, necessary, they all feel the same. But once you slow down a little bit, you like I don't know if you've maybe gone through our core curriculum on conditional reasoning, making sure that you can memorize those group 1 through 4 indicators. It really is just a matter of making sure that you're understanding which words indicate the sufficient condition, which words indicate the necessary, and then give yourself some tricks of what to do with those maybe a little bit more complicated but not too scary group 3 and 4 indicators like unless, until, without, and no, none, never. But beyond that, I think overall, like we want to focus on making sure that your mindset is a little bit shifted so that you're realizing, okay, these things that I'm feeling like are really holding me back right now are not going to be too crazy. I could definitely do this. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And I would not be surprised if you can get out of this hump, especially that you're feeling with conditional reasoning by April, even. Um, I don't know, any specific advice on that? Was there anything that you did that kind of helped conditionals click?
I mean, I always had kind of a conditional that I returned to, like something that I just sort of knew exactly the way that it worked. And so that I could see that the arrow, I don't know if this is you. This is when I was learning it, but I was like, um, all my shirts are red, but not all red things are my shirts, right? It was just like a very obvious, and that's like set logic too, but like it doesn't really matter. It's like conditionals. There's a conditional arrow there, right? And it just okay, great. I can see that it only goes in one direction. And for whatever reason, I don't know, just having something to return to as I was learning it, like I could just see that it only went one way. It just was easy for me to wrap my brain around. Um, a combination of thinking through, slowing down and just thinking through things and, will help you just intuitively understand this better. And then also memorizing those indicators will just help you do it quickly. And, for me at least, it's like I needed to understand it intuitively. And then on top of it, learning those indicator words helped me do it more automatically. So, go between the two. Do some slow, untimed stuff where you're just thinking it through, parsing how conditionals work, and then learn those indicator words, and it'll become quicker, more automatic, and more intuitive. But yeah, listen. Also, I mean, joking around, but we, you really do want. I mean, it's totally reasonable to go to get a 163 in April and June. You definitely have time. You've got the you've got you're doing it. You've taken a little time off between September and now, so like of course you scored less. I mean, you got a 151 in September, and I don't know exactly when you submitted this, but it's February now, like that's a long time. That's 5 months, right? Like, now I gotta check. September, October, November, December, January, February. 5 months. Okay, I was right.
He's quick.
Yeah, and
Brag.
brag. I mean, to me, I'm like, yeah, I would completely expect you to go down 11
Yeah.
points, if not more. So, like, I think that's totally tracks with where you were. You'll get back there quicker because you've done it before. Like it'll take some work, but you'll get back to where you were, and then you've still got time to get above that. So, that's cannot be underrated. Just the kind of belief in yourself,
Right.
in oneself.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, because I think probably right now you're feeling like, oh no, I'm wanting to improve by 20 3 points by this test date, and maybe that feels really like unheard of, impossible, whatever. First of all, it's not. We've seen it been done, but also, you're not actually having to improve by 20 points. Like Alex was saying, you can get right back up to where your understanding was at before in the 150s, and then it really won't be that crazy to get into the 160s. And honestly, a lot of getting into the 160s from the 150s is just getting conditional reasoning down. So, like we said, memorize those indicator words, make flashcards. You only got to do it a few times and you'll figure it out. And then keep doing those questions. Also, if you have been realizing that you are struggling more with those conditional reasoning questions, but maybe you're not doing as many targeted drills each day that are based on conditional reasoning, start doing that. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't have to be doing like 20 conditional reasoning questions every day, even just like a 3 to 5 question warm up. Go nice and slow. Make sure that you can get comfortable with diagramming and understanding the difference. And oh, and by the way, I was also going to add in there plenty of different simple conditionals you can go back to. There's plenty of examples in the core curriculum. My favorite one is just if it's an apple, then it's a fruit. We know that if it's a fruit, it doesn't have to be an apple. So just things that already make sense. It goes one way, but not the other way in real life. I'm always coming back to that. And then when I'm realizing that I'm wanting to fall for an answer choice that essentially switches sufficient and necessary, I just go back to my simple example and I'm like, oh, girl, you can't be doing that. That's like saying if it's an apple, then it's a fruit. Oh, wait, sorry. That's like saying if it's a fruit and then it's an apple. I said it the right way. And that just isn't
Mhm.
going to make sense. So just little
Yeah.
things like that, making sure that you can conceptualize this. It'll all come together. You got this.
Thanks for reaching out. Good luck.